Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Knows.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Perfect for this time of year, we go back to November 23rd, 1947. Nobody did it better than Jack Benny, and that's what we're going to hear here, an episode of the Jack Benny Program.
The Jack Benny Program.
Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, for many years as an announcer, it has been my privilege to introduce a number of very important people. But never have I felt the pride that is glowing within me today as I introduce the gracious and beloved star of our show.
Well.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me extreme pleasure to present to you a man whose very benevolence has earned for him the admiration, respect, and everlasting love of millions. And here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, that was the most beautiful introduction I've ever received. The most touching. I mean, whatever made you think of it?
There are only 27 more shopping days till Christmas.
What?
And I don't want any more of those lousy shoelaces.
Oh, Don, you didn't like the shoelaces I gave you last Christmas?
No, I didn't.
Well, what was the matter with them? I mean, were they too long or too short or what?
Well, Jack, now I've been with you 13 years, and I didn't think a pair of shoelaces was an appropriate Christmas gift.
Oh. Well, Don, you silly boy. I mean, if you didn't like the shoelaces, you could have exchanged them for a box of Kleenex or dental floss or something. Anyway, Don, I do appreciate the fact... Come in.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
I'll take it, boy. Just a minute. Here's a tip for you.
Yes, sir.
I wonder who this telegram... You can go, boy. I gave you your tip.
But, Mr. Benny, these ration stamps aren't good anymore.
Don't be so sure.
My bicycle was paid for. I'd punch him right in the nose.
Go be nice to people.
Jack, who's the telegram from?
Wait till I open it. Well, dear Jack, please be at the studio tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for further discussions. Signed, Jack Warner.
Discussions about what?
Didn't I tell you, Don, the Warner brothers have finally decided to make that picture. You know, the story of my life. It's going to be...
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. Mary, I've got wonderful news. Sorry I did that. I mean, I've known you so many years. Mary, I've got wonderful news. Warner Brothers is going to make the story of my life.
Gee, that's swell. What gave them the idea?
Well, after I made The Horn Blows at Midnight, they received thousands of letters demanding the life of Jack Benny. I wonder how they meant that. Anyway, they've done a lot of work on the story.
You mean they finished the script already?
Yes, Mary, and it's going to be great. You know, there's a lot of action in the opening scene. You see, in the opening scene, I've just been born, and as the doctor leaves the house, my father shoots him in the back. It's really very exciting.
Say, Jack, when they made the Jolson story, they had Larry Parks play the part of Al Jolson. Now, in your picture, who's going to play you?
Well, we don't know yet, but to portray the real me, they're considering Errol Flynn. I guess it's the way I've lived, you know what I mean? Then there's also the possibility that they might use Clark Gable.
Well, Jack, as long as it's a story of your life, why don't you play it yourself?
Well, we thought of that, Mary, but we felt we needed someone who was attractive to women, you see.
Oh, Jack, you're just as attractive to women as Clark Gable any day.
Well, I wouldn't say that, Mary. I mean, that's sweet of you, but you see, Clark is a pretty handsome guy, you know.
Oh, you're just being modest. You don't hear women talk about you like I do.
Now, Mary, stop, will you? I'll admit I'm not homely, but what did the women say about me?
You asked for it, brother.
Never mind. If you want to know something, Smarty, it wasn't so long ago I had dozens of girls all around me.
That's when you were playing with Phil Spitalny.
Phil Spitalny. He still owes me 2 weeks' salary. Anyway,
Say, Mr. Benny, when I sing my song, do you mind if I...
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello. Mr. Benny, when I sing my song, do you mind if
Did you just get in?
Yeah. Mr. Benny, when I sing my song, do you mind if
How do you feel, kid?
Fine.
Good.
I broke my leg this morning, but I'm all right now.
Dennis, just go ahead and sing your song.
Well, aren't you going to ask me how I broke my leg?
No, I'm not. Now go ahead with your song.
My mother was right. You don't want me to get laughs.
Not on silly things like that. Now go ahead and sing.
Okay, but do you mind if I dedicate the song to my new girl?
Oh, you have a new girl? What's her name?
Thelma Gray, Hollywood 6265.
Oh.
Dennis, you didn't have to give Mr. Benny her phone number.
I might as well. He'll force it out of me later.
Now, wait a minute, kid. When did I ever threaten you to get a girl's telephone number?
Remember in New York when you took me to the top of the Empire State Building?
Jack, you didn't.
He held me over the edge by my suspenders.
Well, you're lucky you didn't go out with that girl. You've still got your watch. Girls.
But this girl's different, Mr. Benny.
Oh, you really like her, eh, Dennis?
Yeah. Last week was her birthday, so I took her around to all the clubs. We went to Ciro's, the Macombo, Slapsy Maxie's.
Really?
How those places stay in business, I'll never know. We were the only ones in there.
Dennis, what night did you go?
Oh, night!
Oh, for heaven's sake, go ahead and sing, kid.
Okay.
Hollywood 6265. I must remember that. This time I'll leave my watch home.
While Dennis is singing, we'll take our break. November 23rd, 1947, the Jack Benny program on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Okay, Dennis has finished his song. Now let's get back to the Jack Benny program, November 23rd, 1947.
Say, Mary.
Aren't you going to ask me how I broke my leg?
No, I'm not, and stop being silly. Now, what did I start to say? Oh, yeah, you know, Mary, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I don't know just who would be the right one to play me in the life of Jack Benny.
Or how about Van Johnson?
Well, he's good, Mary, but he isn't quite old enough, you know.
How about Cornell Wilde?
No, he isn't old enough either.
How about John Wilkes Booth?
Oh, stop. John Wilkes Booth.
He broke his leg, too.
Dennis.
Aren't you going to ask me how?
No, I'm not. But, Mary, I think... Gee, I don't know.
Hiya, Jackson. What's that dreamy look on your face?
Oh, hello, Phil. I'm thinking. You know, Warner's is going to make a picture, the story of my life, and we're trying to figure out who would be the right personality to play me.
Why don't you play it yourself, Jackson? You're one of the greatest actors in show business.
Huh?
And coming from me, you know what that means.
Yeah, there are only 27 more shopping days till Christmas. But getting the right guy is really a problem.
Hey, Jackson, I got an idea. Why don't you let me play the part? I'd be terrific. I'm handsome. I got personality, sex appeal. What more do you want?
Well, Phil...
Think it over, Dad. I'm alive. I'm sharp. I'm a sort of a Mickey Rooney with just enough Roddy McDowell to hold me down.
Philsy boy, do you think for one moment that I'd let you play... Do you think for one moment I'd let you play The lead in a picture as important as this one? You'd be drinking all the time.
What's wrong with that?
What?
You made the horn blows at midnight and you were sober.
Not after the preview. Anyway, Phil.
Hello, Livy. How you, Don?
Hello, Phil.
Hiya, Dennis. How you feel, kid?
I broke my leg this morning, but I'm all right now.
Dennis.
Just call me John Wilkes Booth.
Dennis, keep quiet, will you? Now, Phil, I hate to be the one to suggest it, you see, but it's time for a number from your corny band.
Corny band? Apparently you haven't heard.
Heard what?
We were invited to go to England and play for the royal wedding.
The royal wedding?
Yes, sir, right in Birmingham Palace.
Phil, that's Buckingham.
If there's a buck in it, you'll know it.
Darn right. Now, come on, Phil. Let's have a band number.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Don't you think it's about time we do a commercial?
Don, we're not going to do a commercial this week. Go ahead, Phil.
But, Jack...
Don, I'm running this show. Go ahead, Phil.
But, Jack, the quartet worked on it all week.
I don't care if they did. Go ahead, Phil.
And there's a part in it where you play the violin.
Hold it, Phil. What were you saying, Don?
Well, the sportsmen are going to do the Poet and Peasant Overture, and there's a place in it where you do a violin solo.
Well, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I had no idea this was going to happen. Gosh, this is really a surprise.
Some surprise. Unbutton your shirt and take out your violin.
Okay, Don, when do I come in?
Just watch the boys. They'll give you your cue.
Good.
The Poet and Peasant Overture. Take it, boys.
Commercial was really wonderful. It really was. And thanks for putting a part in it for me. I mean, the boys were just great, and the violin solo was out of this shirt. I mean, out of this world. And by the way, kids, before I forget it, next Thursday on Thanksgiving, I want you all to come over to my house for a turkey dinner.
Turkey? Gee, I wonder if I could have one of the legs.
Sure, kid. Why?
I broke mine this morning.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Hey, Jackson, are you sure it's going to be a turkey?
Of course I'm sure. Why?
Well, last year you said you ran over a turkey, and when we bit into it, it turned out to be a buzzard.
Well, it's a real turkey this time, isn't it, Mary?
Yeah, I was with Jack when he bought it.
That's right.
In fact, yesterday I called him and suggested that he throw a Thanksgiving party for the whole gang. He must have been in a good mood because he went for the idea right away.
Well, Mary, I'm glad you called, and it's a good suggestion. Huh? Fine. Hurry over and we'll go shopping. Goodbye. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
Where have you been?
Out in the garage trying to fix up the car. When you hit that truck last week, you bent the axle.
Did you fix it?
Uh-huh, but I had a lot of trouble.
Trouble?
Yeah, when I loosened the nut that holds the axle, the lights fell off.
Oh.
So I took a nut off the rear door to fix the lights, and the steering wheel fell off.
Gee.
Then I took off the wire that holds the radiator and used it to tighten the steering wheel.
And the radiator fell off?
No, the fenders.
All four of them?
All five of them.
5? We only have 4 fenders.
How about the one we hold over our head when it rains?
I thought we used the side door for that.
No, we use the side door to close the trunk in the back.
Oh, yes. Gee, I must have hit that truck harder than I thought.
Say, boss, when are they going to come out with those new cars with the motors in the rear?
In 1948.
Well, congratulations, you're a year ahead of them.
What? You mean the motor's in the back of my car?
About 10 feet.
Oh, stop making things up. Now, Rochester, I'm going to have the gang over Thursday for Thanksgiving dinner. What's in the refrigerator?
The morning paper, a magazine, and your glasses.
What?
When that little light goes on, you ain't wasting it.
I'm not talking about that. I mean food for Thanksgiving.
Well, we've got everything except a turkey. You want me to go out and buy one?
No, Miss Livingston is coming over, and we're going to... Well, that must be her now. So long, Rochester. We'll be back in about an hour. Gee, Mary, it's such a nice day. I'm glad we decided to walk to the market.
Yeah. I'm glad Thanksgiving will be here soon. It's one of our nicest holidays.
Yeah. And this year, we should all be so thankful. I know I am. Gee, when I wake up in the morning, I hear the birds singing. I've got the beautiful moonlight at night. I get all the fresh air I need, all the sunshine I want.
So far, it hasn't cost you a dime.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, look. Hey, Mary, look over there. Those boys playing football.
Hey, Joey, kick it to me now.
See, they're nice kids, Mary. You know, the bigger one is Stevie Kent. His folks live on the corner. Every time I go out for a walk, I stop and talk with them. Hey, Stevie, throw the ball over here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Here it comes. Look out, I think it's too high. You have to run for it. Faster. You better jump for it. Wow, what a catch.
Say, that was a good catch. I gotta hand it to you, Mary. How did you do it?
I don't know, but you can buy me a new girdle for Christmas.
Okay, you know, Mary, UCLA could have used you yesterday. Yes, sir.
Say, Mr. Benny, this is my friend Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Hello, Mr. Benny. You know, Joey, Mr. Benny was All-American fullback when he played football for Yale.
Yale?
And he broke the 100-yard dash record when he was in the Olympic Games. Gee whiz.
Jack, did you tell Lisa?
And Mr. Benny pitched 2 no-hit games in the World Series. When he was with the New York Yankees.
The Yankees?
Oh, I was just lucky, that's all.
Say, Mr. Benny, tell Joey about the time you knocked out Jack Dempsey.
Oh, it was nothing. You see, it happened in the first round. We were mixing it in the center of the ring when suddenly Dempsey caught me with a powerful right hook to my chin. It shook me a little. I realized he was dangerous, so I decided to end it quickly. I shot 2 lefts to his midsection, crossed a right to the jaw, and down he went. I didn't mean to hit him so hard. He was out for over an hour.
Gosh.
Well, so long, kids. We got to get going. You know, Mary, I was just...
Oh, shut up.
Well, look, Mary, I only tell the kids stories like that because it helps them if they have a hero to look up to.
Some hero.
Anyway, I just tell the kids harmless little stories. I don't exaggerate too much. Oh, look, there's little Georgie Foster. Isn't he cute? He's only 4. Look at him. Hello, Georgie.
Hello, Mr. President.
Oh, brother.
Mary, I never told him that. He's just ad-libbing. Come on, here's the market. Let's see. Oh, there's the poultry department over there. Come on, Mary.
Okay. And, Jack, remember what you promised. This time you're going to get a nice big turkey, not like the last one you got.
There was nothing small about that turkey.
Go on. You didn't have the heart to chop its head off. You beat it to death in a badminton game.
Mary.
And I got stuck with the part that went over the net last.
Mary, stop trying to switch old jokes, will you? Now, let's walk over to the counter and see...
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Mr. Kitson. Mr. Kitzel, what are you doing behind the meat counter?
Oh, I'm helping out here for the holidays.
Oh, you're just working here temporarily. Huh?
Yes, until my boss gets back from the wedding.
The wedding? In London?
They had one there, too?
Yes, last Thursday.
November 23rd, 1947, Jack Benny. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of the Jack Benny Show, November 23rd, 1947, as we get back to some turkey talk.
Well, look, Mr. Kitzel, I want to buy a turkey. Are they very expensive?
Expensive.
You mean they're that high?
Come here a minute.
Huh?
Step closer. Do you know that turkeys are what turkeys are selling for today?
No.
Well, if you knew, you'd be nervous too. Come a little closer. Come closer.
Huh?
Lean over a little.
What?
80 cents a pound.
Well, why do you have to whisper it?
I don't want the turkey should get hammy.
Oh, 80 cents a pound. That's a lot of money for turkeys.
Say, they got to live too.
I suppose so.
Say, Jack, while you're getting the turkey, I better shop around and get some things for the stuffing.
I think I have everything at home, Mary.
Well, what about cracker crumbs?
Oh, I got plenty there.
Stale bread?
2 loaves I've got.
Oysters?
1 can.
Sage?
38.
What?
Oh, I thought you said something else. Yes, we have everything.
Well, Mr. Benny, what's your pleasure if I can be so accommodating?
Well, I'd like to get a live turkey, about 25 pounds.
The live turkeys are over there, down by the end of the counter.
Oh, yes. I think I'll take that one on the right. You know, it looks nice and plump.
Put down your glasses, that's my wife.
Oh, yes.
I wish I could get 80 cents a pound for her.
What?
Nothing, I'm daydreaming.
Well, now, Mr. Kitzel, what would you suggest?
Well, if you want a nice live turkey, what about this one over here?
Say, Jack, this one's nice and plump.
I've seen turkeys look plump, and they're all full of feathers. I'm going to feel this one myself. Hold still, turkey.
Oh, you and your cold hands.
Well, Mary, what do you think about it?
Well, it looks all right.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have the heart to kill it. Oh, just look at its eyes. The same color as mine. Sultry summer blue.
Oh, Jack, stop being so sentimental. You've already given up eating strawberries because they remind you of Phil Harris's eyes.
Mary, Mr. Kittle, how much does this turkey weigh?
About 36 pounds. My scale is broken.
Oh, well, I'll weigh it on that scale over there by the door. Come here, turkey. That's a good girl. Come on, Mary, we'll go over the scale. Now, hold still, turkey. Mary, put in a penny.
Okay. Oh, look, Jack, a card came out.
Yeah, what does it say?
You weigh 36 pounds and you ain't long for this world.
There's a picture of Fred Allen on the other side there. Well, that's much too big. Oh, Mr. Kitzel.
Your pleasure.
This turkey's too big. How much does this one weigh? This one right here.
I think 29 pounds.
Aren't you sure?
Wait a minute, I'll check. Oh, Hattie, how much does this turkey weigh?
29 pounds, but I'll check. Hey, Joe, how much does this turkey weigh?
29 pounds, but I'll check. Hey, Herman, how much does this turkey weigh?
29 pounds, but I'll check.
Hey, Sam!
All right, I believe you. Good night, folks.
Mel-Blanc doing double duty not only as you heard him yelling there, but also as the turkey. Did you ever having a turkey with a mustache? November 23rd, 1947, Jack Benny on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Well, we had a Thanksgiving episode of the Jack Benny program, now an episode of Claudia and the Thanksgiving program. This was originally broadcast November 23rd, 1948.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia, based on the famous play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you transcribed Monday through Friday by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
Say, David, you know it's freezing this morning. Now, please wear your muffler, please.
I will not wear a muffler.
Oh.
You think it's cold now when it's hardly Thanksgiving. What do you do when it's winter?
Well, worry about that then, David. You'll catch your death.
I don't need a muffler, and that's that.
All right, be a great big strong man. Have it your way.
I intend to.
Hey, listen, you don't have to rush off to the station already.
Car will take a few minutes to warm up this morning.
And if the car's cold, think what you'll be without your muffler.
No.
Now. All right. Now, don't look at me like that. I didn't say anything.
This button's loose.
Oh. Well, I'll sew it on tonight, darling.
You sewed it on last night. That's why it's loose.
Now, listen, Goop. Tell Roger to come out with you tomorrow night. Then he'll be here and ready for Thanksgiving Day.
I'll bring him back with me.
Good. I don't mind having him at all, do you?
No, not at all. I thought we were going to be alone,
I know, but when he called last night, I just had to ask him.
No apologies.
Besides, Roger's almost family. David, if it weren't for him, we probably wouldn't be living in this house. He discovered it, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, I think it's going to be a lovely Thanksgiving.
You do, huh?
Just you and Mama and Bobby, Roger and me. That's still a cozy little family. But no one else. David.
What?
We're not being selfish wanting to be alone, are we?
No, of course not. It's all right. It's even normal.
Normal? You make it sound so dull. Who wants to be normal? Say, that looks like... Isn't that Jared Tucker going up to the barn?
Yeah, it's the old man himself.
Honestly, he certainly gets around. I hope that when I'm 98...
86.
Oh, all right, 86, 98. What's the difference?
12 years.
Well, I just hope I get around that well. Look at him. Spry as a grasshopper.
With a touch of rheumatism.
David, open the window. Let's say good morning to him,
Right.
shall we?
Hello there, Mr. Tucker.
Hello there, son. You still around?
Yeah, come on down to the house. We'll give you a cup of coffee.
Had my coffee. Been up and around and doing my chores for nigh on to 2 hours.
2 hours? Well, then it's high time you had another cup of coffee. Come on in. Come on in. Latch is off the front door.
If ever the figure of independence was caught all in one man, it's Jared Tucker.
Yeah, I don't think he needs or wants anything except his freedom.
I don't suppose he's all that crusty, but he's got a good, thick coat of it on.
And a muffler, please notice. David, if Jared Tucker can wear a muffler,
Now,
you
listen.
All right, I didn't say anything, darling. Of course, he's only 86, so...
Jared Tucker here.
Come on in, Mr. Tucker. Warm yourself.
Boy, the weather sure is trying to take a bite out of me today. Yep, the wind blowing across the field at breakneck speed.
It is,
Don't know where it's heading for, but sure is whipping along.
Tucker, you must be freezing.
A little bit of weather never hurt me. Nope. Buck you up, that's what does. Buck you up.
Oh, bucks me down.
Oh, now I don't go along acting frail, Mrs. Norton. Just get out there and bite the wind back, I say. Look at it in the face and say, blow, blow, blow.
Shades of King Lear.
What are you doing up and around so early, Mr. Tucker?
Oh, heck, this ain't so early. Maybe you're wondering what I'm doing crossing your field at 7:45 of a Tuesday morning.
No, not at all. You have the right of way on this land any time you like, Mr. Tucker.
Well, that's right neighborly thought. Yep. You know, I ain't a mite sorry I sold this house to you. You're coming along fine as neighbors. Yes, indeedy. Pretty soon they won't know you from a Yankee.
Now, that's what I call a real compliment.
I was ambling up to the barn to see your man Fritz, a grain man from the other side of Bridgeport, get me a good deal on feed yesterday.
Oh.
Thought you might like to get in onto it.
You know a bargain when you see it, Mr. Tucker. thanks.
Well, I never let anybody spend a penny when they can hold on to it. Penny in my pocket's a lot better off than a penny in somebody else's. Yep, that's the way it is. It's what I always tell Delilah.
Oh, tell me, how is your sister? Suppose she's up to her ears getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Oh, my sister's up to her ears in packing her belongings. That's what she is.
Oh?
What?
Yeah, she's stowing her gear, aiming to take herself a little trip.
Is that right?
You mean she's not going to be home for Thanksgiving?
Nope, my Aunt Sarah up near Waterbury way. She holds one of them there big Thanksgiving clam bakes every year.
Mm-hmm.
We young ones all supposed to turn up, but it's kind of dull business, so Delilah and me, we take turns. I go up one year, Delilah, she goes up another. Only I ain't been in the last 8.
Well, that's not a very fair bargain for a fair man, is it?
Well, it's like this. Delilah, she's the youngest one of the whole lot. So for the privilege, she goes to Waterbury.
Oh, I see.
Besides, women like sitting around looking at other people and their families and saying that they're a lot handsomer and better off than their cousins and nieces and aunts and uncles and nephews. Delilah gets all spiffied up. You'd think she was going off to the fair to buy a cow or something. So I just let her go.
Mr. Tucker, don't you kind of mind being alone on Thanksgiving?
Oh, I don't hold for no celebrations. Fetishes ain't for me.
Oh.
I feel like eating turkey, I go out to my yard and kill a turkey and I eat it.
Oh, dear.
I don't need to set apart no day in the year for that. That's mollycoddling. That's what it is.
Funny, I thought you'd sort of like Thanksgiving.
It's a New England tradition, and you're something of a New England tradition yourself, Mr. Tucker.
Well, that's the way it is with me. I take my pleasures alone, by myself. I'll spend Thanksgiving just like any other day. Yep, feeding my pigs, feeding my cows, feeding myself. I'll leave all that sitting around the table stuffing yourself with indigestibles to Delilah and you others. I don't mind being alone. No, not a bit.
Well, as long as you don't mind. David and I were just saying how wonderful it's going to be up here with our whole family. You know, it's our first Thanksgiving on the farm.
Sentiment? That's all it is, sentiment and bosh.
Claudia, methinks he doth protest too much.
Methinks he doth too.
Speak up, will you? I don't like folks talking in front of my back in a whisper.
We weren't,
Just because I finally got my own teeth, finally they wore out, don't mean that I'm deaf. Don't it? My ears ain't wore out, no.
By the way, how are your teeth?
Well, I'm learning to handle them better. They don't pop out on me the way they used to.
Good.
Hardly nothing I can't eat now there ain't. I'm the boss.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yep. I could do pretty good on a second joint of turkey. Of course, mashed sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. Go down easy in nuts and apples and all the trimmings. My teeth could handle them fine. Good.
But, you said that you weren't going to have any Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, that's what it said. Of course, I've been thinking it ain't fair to my teeth when they're just learning to behave themselves, not to give them a chance. Kind of nice for them to set it chewing on holiday. Dang, shiny clippers get out of hand once in a while, you know.
David.
All right, go ahead, darling.
All right. Say, Mr. Tucker, now, why don't you set your teeth at chewing at our table Thanksgiving Day?
You mean, you're extending me an invitation?
Yep, that's exactly what we're extending.
Well, wouldn't be neighborly of me not to accept,
No,
would
it wouldn't. We'd be very angry, very hurt, too.
Well, wouldn't be neighborly of me to do that to you neither, would it?
No, sir, it would not.
Well, since I aim to be a fine neighbor to you folks, I'll do you the favor. I'll come over and break bed with you on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, we certainly would appreciate that, Mr. Tucker.
Now, mind you, it ain't that I can't enjoy eating turkey alone.
Oh, no, of course not.
It ain't that I'd be hurt if you didn't ask me. It ain't that I come over here this morning so should ask me.
Of course not, Mr. Tucker. It's just that, it wouldn't be the same without you.
Darn tootin' it wouldn't be the same without me, so I'll come. Yep, I'll behave.
Good.
Fine.
1 o'clock.
Yep, 1 o'clock. Now I'll amble up to your barn and take care of that feed business with your man Fritz.
Thanks.
Even things out between us. You don't have to see me to the door. I can find my way out just like I found my way in.
All right, see you on Thursday, Mr. Tucker.
I'll do my best to remember. If I do, I'll see you on Thursday.
All right. Well, that settles it. Even independent Jared Tucker'd be lonesome all alone on Thanksgiving.
Which proves that a thick crust isn't as thick as it sounds. He's a funny old codger, isn't he?
Well, I don't blame him. What's the use of being independent if you have to be independent alone? Oh, I'm glad we asked him.
Or that he asked himself.
Oh, what's one more at the table anyway?
One more.
Well, I don't mind. Much.
You bet you don't. Neither do I. Much.
But this one more is all.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I am.
Well, save your strength. You're the one who's been doing all the inviting around here.
Oh, wonder who that could be.
I'll get it. Hello.
Hello there, David.
Oh, Hartley, is it you?
Brother, how nice.
How have you been,
It's a funny
David?
hour for him, isn't it?
Oh, shipshape Hartley, and you?
Oh, pretty well for me, yes, pretty well.
Say, David.
Hold the line a minute, Hartley. Claudia's trying to say something as usual.
Give her my regards.
Yeah, I will. Just a minute.
David, listen, I bet you 20 cents Hartley's calling to be invited to Thanksgiving. I bet you.
Probably right.
What'll we do?
I'll take care of it.
David, he's a blood relative. That's more than Jared and Roger are, so we really...
So let's not jump to conclusions. Now, let's talk to Hartley and see what he's got in mind.
Still, bet you that's why he's calling.
Hello, Hartley. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's all right. I'll tell you why I called so early. I wanted to catch you at home where you could consult with Claudia.
Yeah, just a minute, Hartley. He's coming to the point.
Oh, poor Hartley.
You want me to say no, don't you?
Well,
Go on, Hartley.
Well, you know, Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yes, we know Thursday's Thanksgiving.
I win 20 cents.
It's a good day for families to be together, David.
Yes, it is.
Though usually I'm not much of a family man.
You're not going up to Boston with Julia?
No, at the last minute, Julia decided not to go up either.
Oh?
It's an awful lot of trip for her, and she's been feeling tired. And so I thought perhaps Julia and I could...
This is it, darling. This is it.
Well, simply, would you and Claudia come down to New York and spend the day with us?
You mean you're inviting Claudia and me?
You sound surprised.
He's inviting us?
Well, how about it?
Well, hardly it's...
We took it you weren't having any celebration.
Oh, well, we're not, but,
Well, then let's be together. You come on down to New York, huh?
Oh, we wouldn't dream of it, Hartley.
Now, look here, David.
Now, you see, we can't very well. There's Claudia's mother and the baby, and besides, we expect you and Julia up here.
Oh, but David...
No buts about it now.
Huh?
Now that you're not going to Boston, you come here.
Yes, but I didn't call so
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. We'll see you Thursday, Hartley.
Well, all right. You will see us Thursday.
Right.
With bells on. It'll be good being together. Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, Hartley. Well, they're coming.
Of course they're coming, darling. I'd be very disappointed if they weren't. Who wants to be alone on Thanksgiving?
We do.
You mean we did?
But we're certainly great ones for keeping our words to ourselves, aren't we?
Well, now we're even anyway. I invited Jared and Roger, and you invited Hartley and Julia. It'll be a lovely day. David, you're not sorry, are you?
No, just thinking. The best laid plans of mice and men.
If you're having a young people's party during the Thanksgiving weekend, remember to put plenty of Coke on ice. For ice-cold Coca-Cola is as much a part of the social life of youth as music, dancing, or games. Bring home a case of Coke next time you're at the grocer's or service station.
Well, I seen Fritz about the feed, and it's all set, Diz.
David and Claudia certainly appreciate your advice, Mr. Tucker.
Well, they should. Though I'm glad to give it to them. They're right good neighbors. I don't even mind coming over Thanksgiving dinner.
Ought to be a good one.
Yep, I hear say that there Bertha the Norton's got is a sock dolliger of a cook.
Well, Bertha's not going to have her finger in this soup. She and Fritz won't even be around to help out on that day.
Well, he didn't say nothing about going away.
He doesn't know yet, and neither does David. But, Mr. Tucker, they'll both find out tomorrow.
Mr. Norton, he won't mind.
Well, that's what we'll find out.
Well, I'll be around.
Nice to have seen you, Mr. Tucker. Drop in again. Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. And ice-cold Coca-Cola is everywhere. This broadcast of Claudia was supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney.
November 23rd, 1948, Claudia here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for making us part of your day. If you want to build a classic radio collection of your own, you can visit my webpage at classicradio.stream, but also visit my friend Ted at radiomemories.com. He supplies programs on cassette, CD, or on flash drive for your computer at a very reasonable price and the best quality. Ted fanatically restores these shows so they're the best they can be. Go to Ted at radiomemories.com. My webpage, as I just said, classicradio.stream. Stream our shows on demand. You can find links to podcast sites to download our shows. You can also contact me and find our social media links, and you can buy me a coffee. That buy me a coffee money does not buy me coffee. I don't drink coffee. But what you can do is that with that buy me a coffee money, what we do is we acquire additional classic radio collections, and we also use it to help expand the reach of our program. Do that at classicradio.stream, classicradio.stream. Please thank this radio station and support their advertisers, and most importantly, tell your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.